Sometimes people do not realize how much of their life is still emotionally trapped inside the past. Not physically, because the years continue moving forward no matter what happened before, but mentally and emotionally. Part of the mind keeps returning to old memories, old mistakes, old conversations, and old versions of life that no longer exist anymore. And while the outside world keeps changing normally, internally something remains stuck, replaying moments that can never truly be relived again. Maybe lately, you have noticed how easy it is for your mind to suddenly revisit memories you thought you already moved on from. A person you lost, a decision you regret, a version of yourself you miss deeply. Sometimes it happens quietly during ordinary moments, while driving home at night, staring at the ceiling before sleeping, or sitting alone without distractions long enough for the mind to wander backward again. And once those memories return, they often bring emotions with them that feel just as heavy as the day they first happened. The difficult part about living in the past is that most people do not even realize it is slowly affecting the way they experience the present. You continue functioning normally, speaking to people, following routines, and trying to move through life the best you can. But emotionally, part of your attention stays attached to things that are already over. Old pain begins shaping your current emotions. Old disappointments start influencing new relationships. Old regrets quietly affect the way you see yourself now. And honestly, the human mind does this for a reason. The brain constantly revisits painful memories because part of it still hopes that by replaying the past enough times, somehow the pain will finally make sense. Maybe you could have done something differently. Maybe you should have said something you never said. Maybe if you keep thinking about it long enough, you might finally find emotional closure. But most of the time, the mind is not healing during these moments. It is simply reopening emotional wounds that never had enough time to fully breathe. Over time, living in the past slowly changes the nervous system itself. You become more emotionally exhausted, more disconnected from the present moment, and less able to fully enjoy experiences happening right in front of you, because part of your emotional energy is constantly invested somewhere behind you. Even peaceful moments begin feeling incomplete sometimes, because the mind keeps comparing the present to memories that still carry emotional weight inside you. And nostalgia can become dangerous in ways many people never talk about openly. Not because memories themselves are bad, but because emotionally idealizing the past can quietly make the present feel emotionally empty by comparison. The mind starts romanticizing old moments, old relationships, and old versions of life, while forgetting that many of those memories also contain pain, confusion, loneliness, or emotional struggle too. Eventually, you stop fully living your current life because emotionally you keep trying to return to a reality that no longer exists. Some people spend years trapped inside emotional loops like this, replaying the same regrets, reopening the same wounds, missing people who are no longer part of their life, punishing themselves for mistakes they cannot undo anymore. And after a while, they become emotionally tired without understanding why. Because carrying the past every single day becomes heavy, especially when the mind never truly allows itself to rest from it. But maybe healing does not begin by forcing yourself to erase the past completely. Maybe healing begins when you finally understand that memories are not the enemy. The real suffering begins when your entire emotional identity becomes attached to them, because the past will always exist inside your memory somewhere, but it was never supposed to become the place where your mind permanently lives. And slowly, you begin realizing that letting go does not mean forgetting people, pretending nothing mattered, or acting emotionally cold toward your own experiences. Sometimes letting go simply means allowing the memory to exist without continuing to emotionally reopen the wound every time it appears inside your mind. It means accepting that some chapters of life ended without perfect closure and learning to stop fighting reality every single day because of it. The truth is, you cannot fully build a new life while emotionally living inside an old one. Eventually, the mind must stop looking backward long enough to reconnect with what still exists around you now. New moments, new people, new experiences, new peace. Because life continues moving quietly forward, even while part of you still wishes certain moments had never ended. And maybe the hardest part about healing from the past is accepting that some memories will still return sometimes. Maybe tomorrow, maybe years from now. But healing begins the moment those memories stop controlling the way you experience your life in the present. The moment you stop building emotional homes inside places your life has already outgrown. Because the past may always visit you sometimes, but that does not mean you're supposed to live there forever.